Now, Flock insists that it does not use facial recognition technology on drives. Nevertheless, across the country, city leaders and police chiefs are facing tough decisions on whether trading some privacy for added security is a bargain their citizens are willing to make. Joining us now is the mayor of Savannah, Georgia, Van Johnson, a city that is keeping its Flock cameras despite the arrest of 3 now former Savannah police officers, plus a department staffer. Mr. Mayor, great to have you with us. So backlash is building around the country to these Flock cameras. We just saw Tempe, Arizona and St. Paul, Minnesota in the last couple of days say we're pulling the plug on these things. Why are you keeping them in Savannah?
Well, because thank you, first of all, Elizabeth, for the opportunity. We believe that we don't have to dismiss privacy concerns in order to support the technology. Savannah should be able to use modern technology and protect constitutional rights. We should be able to pursue criminals and protect innocent residents, and we should be able to embrace innovation and demand accountability. I don't think that these are mutually exclusive. These are opportunities for us. Our communities are saying around the country that we want to be safe. We want dangerous people off of the streets. I go into the airport all of the time. I hate that people are looking into my bag and my carry-on luggage. But the reality is I want to be safe on that plane. So you know what? I mean, I can do that and maintain some semblance of privacy. And keep in mind also, these license plate readers are reading things that are already on the streets. Model, make of the car, and the license plate, which is given by a state agency.
3 former police officers in Savannah, in your city, and a 4th person have been arrested for misusing the Flock cameras. What are they accused of doing with the information that they got?
Well, that is a part of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. But what happened was our own auditing recognized this behavior. And we stand 10 toes down that this is absolutely illegal. 6 of our employees were fired, 4 were arrested. And they will face prosecution under the law. In no way, shape, or form do we embrace such behavior. It is illegal behavior. It's unethical behavior. It's a violation of your oath. And so, therefore, we're not standing for that type of behavior.
Yeah, but if your own law enforcement officers are breaking the law using Flock cameras to do, obviously, something they shouldn't be doing, doesn't that give you pause? I mean, basically... Savannah's police chief says more than 300 police employees have access to these Flock cameras. Can anyone just log on and get the information? They don't need a warrant? They don't need some sort of court approval before they do that?
No, it depends on the purposes for which they're doing it, which is why our auditing processes through Flock actually worked. You think about it, 300 folks that have access to the cameras, and 6 of them, 6. And I suspect after losing their employment and losing their freedom, that will be much less. Think about this, Elizabeth. The NCIC, which is the National Crime Information Center, has been in existence since 1967. It's been there. Police departments around the country have access to it. And again, you don't hear about violations to that anymore because the reality is that the policies and the punishments have caught up with the technology, and that's what's happening here.
But we do know that there have been, definitely more than a handful of officers in several, they've been accused of stalking women using Flock cameras. Almost 50 separate instances have been documented, and most people think that is a gross undercount.
It is a crime.
And we now have Senator Josh Hawley calling for an investigation into guidelines. I mean, there does seem to be, we need some guidelines around this, don't we?
Absolutely. Again, as I said, the policies have to catch up to technology. And I think that, cities are learning from these. We're conducting weekly audits now to ensure that the technology is working.
Nobody's misusing it.
Right, exactly, because people have to have trust in the system. They have to have trust. But on the other end of it, we have to keep dangerous people off of the streets.
Yeah, well, Mr. Mayor, you know as well as I do that a lot of people right now do not have very much trust in this system. So there's going to be a lot of work needed to rebuild that on behalf of police departments and city leaders across the country. Mayor.
In Savannah, we are prepared to earn and maintain the trust of our residents.
All right. Mayor Johnson.
Whatever it takes.
Okay. Mayor Johnson, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.